Welcome to Second Unitarian Church. I am Christy Grant, a member of our church's Board of Trustees and a parent of one of our awesome young people leading the service today. My pronouns is she, her, and this is a youth group-led service. Today we are in person at the Admiral of the Lake and the 2U Loft and continuing to meet virtually using Zoom. We ask everyone's indulgence for the complications of this three-part service. We're glad you're here whichever way you are attending. In accordance with public health guidelines, we have moved to making masks optional here at 2U. We will continue to pay attention to COVID numbers, and masking may become required again in order to keep everyone as safe as possible. We especially welcome newcomers and visitors this morning. Finding a new community and making new connections can be challenging. Please know that we're excited to have you and look forward to getting to know you. If you're new to us today, please note that in the Zoom chat or mention it in person during coffee and conversation after the service. If you would like, there are blue mugs here at 2U you can use to signal to others that you would like them to come up and say hello. If you see someone with a blue mug, be sure to say hi. Our worship today is led by the 2U youth group. Music is provided by our director of music, Carl Kennedy, and the 2U choir. Our time together requires a large group of people who make possible the worship, the music, the technical production. They are listed in the order of service, and we thank them for their ongoing service to our congregation. I have a few announcements for you this morning. As part of its partnership building with the Chicago Community Jail Support, the Social Justice Ministry is collecting coats, gloves, hoodies, hand warmers, socks, that might sound odd today, but it's needed, and more for their supply drive. Please leave donated items in the designated box in the Palmer Room. Chicago Community Jail Support is a daily, on-the-ground grassroots mutual aid project to assist anyone being released from Cook County Jail with accessing phone calls, warm clothing, snacks, drinks, PPE, and more. Social Justice Ministry members will be volunteering together as on-the-ground support on Monday, May 15th from 5 to 7 p.m. If you would like to join this group, please contact Joy Messenger. It's a sound, I feel like I'm hurting people's ears. Save the date also for two really important church meetings coming up. First is Sunday, May 14th. This will be very shortly after the service for our annual Finance Town Hall. That doesn't sound exciting. It may be, because you'll learn all the stuff that's going on at church and how we spend our money that we all contribute. During this meeting, we're going to look at the budget for the 2023-24 church year. Our finance team has been working diligently, trying to incorporate all the needs articulated by committees and ministries of the church. We will not be voting at this meeting. The feedback is really important, so everyone is encouraged to attend. The second date to save is Sunday, June 11th. This will be our annual meeting. We will vote on the budget, celebrate accomplishments from the year, and give awards. This is a fun and important meeting that honors our Congregationalist heritage, rooting the power of church and the voices of people. And one additional announcement for me, following the service today, Rev Jason will lead an introduction to preaching, a training for anyone who thinks they may want to lead a service one Sunday. Ours is a tradition that celebrates the open pulpit, and we believe that each person has at least one sermon waiting to get out. Whether you are set to preach this summer or not, all are welcome to attend. Meet in Fleshman Hall in the basement here at 2U at 12:15 today. And now Steve Heyer has something to share.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Well, when we initially put the plan in for restoration of the church, this window back here was going to be replaced because it's falling apart and the seals have broken and it needs to be replaced. But we kind of ran out, as we were going down the road, we kind of ran out of money, and that's not probably going to happen until a few years down the road. So in the interim here, these panels that you see behind came from Innsbruck, Austria in 1893 for a Catholic church on the west side of Chicago. And it was during the late 1800s that all these Catholic churches were being built all over the city. And they came from Innsbruck, Austria, from a company called Tyrol. And every church had to have lots of stained glass. The Catholics thought that there was a bridge between the earthly and the divine and spirituality. And it was mostly a Catholic thing at the time. So these were taken out of this church on the west side in the 60s when it was renovated, and a friend of mine had them in his basement for 40 or 50 years. They were all broken up and falling apart, and one of the hobbies I have is restoring stained glass. So somewhere down the road, I would hope that when we do this new window, some of my stuff can be incorporated in this. Just to do this window without stained glass is $22,000, which is why we didn't get around to doing it. So if you all have any questions about stained glass and how that works into churches and stuff, you can talk to me after church, and I'll tell you what I know, which is not too much. I've got a couple pieces here that I can pass around, and you can give back to me just to hold it up to the light and see what you're seeing here. Thanks.
Thanks, Steve.
Okay, I will be doing the call to worship. We are a Unitarian Universalist congregation, a community of children, youth, and adults, a people of many beliefs and traditions, bound not by the specific list of things we believe, but the values we share. Whether you are joining us for the first time or for the 1,000th time, you are welcome here. Whether you believe in God some of the time, all of the time, or none of the time, you are welcome here. Whatever your race, whomever you love, whichever way you move in the world, however much money is in your pocket, you are welcome here. I invite you when you feel ready to take a breath in and out. And as the music begins, let us enter into our service together.
just a moment, Julian, Ben here in the loft, and Harris at the Admiral will light our chalices, the symbol of our faith. We light our chalices this morning with these words from Tom Nahesi Coates. You are growing into consciousness, and my wish for you is that you feel no need to constrict yourself, to make other people comfortable.
Please rise in body and or spirit and join me in singing our opening hymn, number 356, Will You Seek in Far Off Places? Please continue to stand and join me in reciting our covenant. The words are on your screen. We covenant to build a community that challenges us to grow and empowers us to honor the truth within ourselves. We will be generous with our gifts and honest in our communication, holding faithful to a love that embraces both diversity and conflict. Called by our living tradition, we will nurture spirituality within the vision of the eternal, living out our inner convictions through struggles for justice and acts of compassion.
Okay. Please join me in singing Spirit of Life. Spirit of life, come unto me. Sing in my heart all the stirrings of compassion. Blow with the wind, rise in the sea, move in the hand, giving life a shape of justice. Roots hold me close, wings set me free. Spirit of life, come to me, come to me.
You can be seated.
So, for our time for all ages story today, we will be reading The Giving Tree. We chose this because it reminded us of our childhood, and since our service has a focus of coming of age, we wanted to have an element of some childhood nostalgia. So, while we were thinking about what the story means to us now, we kind of realize some of the more questionable aspects of the story, such as a lack of boundaries, and we also kind of connected it to how we treat the environment and how we take and take and take, and there's only so much it has to give. So reading the book again with what we know now, as we're a lot older than the first time we read it, we are keeping that in mind, but also appreciating how the part it plays in our childhood. So yeah.
So if any young people would like to come forward and look at the pictures on the screen, or come up here, any older folks too are also welcome to come up if they want. This is The Giving Tree by Shel Silverstein that the youth asked if I would read to you. Once there was a tree, and she loved a little boy, and every day the boy would come and he would gather her leaves and make them into crowns and play king of the forest. He would climb up her trunk and swing from her branches and eat apples. And they would play hide and go seek, somehow. And when he was tired, he would sleep in her shade. And the boy loved the tree very much. And the tree was happy. But time went by, and the boy grew older, and the tree was often alone. Then one day, the boy came to the tree, and the tree said, "Come, boy, come and climb up my trunk and swing from my branches and eat apples and play in my shade and be happy." "I am too big to climb and play," said the boy. "I want to buy things and have fun. I want some money." "I'm sorry," said the tree, "but I have no money. I have only leaves and apples. Take my apples, boy, and sell them in the city. Then you will have money and you will be happy." And so the boy climbed up the tree and gathered her apples and carried them away. And the tree was happy. But the boy stayed away for a long time, and the tree was sad. And then one day the boy came back, and the tree shook with joy, and she said, "Come, boy, climb up my trunk and swing from my branches and be happy." "I am too busy to climb trees," said the boy. "I want a house to keep me warm," he said. "I want a wife and I want children, and so I need a house. Can you give me a house?" "I have no house," said the tree. "The forest is my house, but you may cut off my branches and build a house. Then you will be happy." And so the boy cut off her branches and carried them away to build his house. And the tree was happy. But the boy stayed away for a long time. And when he came back, the tree was so happy she could hardly speak. "Come, boy," she whispered, "come and play." "I am too old and sad to play," said the boy. "I want a boat that will take me far away from here. Can you give me a boat?" "Cut down my trunk and make a boat," said the tree. "Then you can sail away and be happy." And so the boy cut down her trunk and made a boat and sailed away. And the tree was happy, but not really. And after a long time, the boy came back again. "I am sorry, boy," said the tree, "but I have nothing left to give you. My apples are gone. My teeth are too weak for apples," said the boy. "My branches are gone," said the tree. "You cannot swing on them." "I am too old to swing on branches," said the boy. "My trunk is gone," said the tree. "You cannot climb." "I am too tired to climb," said the boy. "I am sorry," sighed the tree. "I wish I could give you something, but I have nothing left. I'm just an old stump. I'm sorry." "I don't need very much now," said the boy, "just a quiet place to sit and rest. I am very tired." "Well," said the tree, straightening herself as much as she could, "well, an old stump is good for sitting and resting. "Come, boy, sit down and rest." And the boy did. And the tree was happy. And that's the end.
Thanks, Tom. So this is a bit of a different service than usual, one that I delight in because it is an opportunity for us to hear from some of the young people in our church about who they are and what they believe and what they think. And so this is our coming of age service, which if you maybe come from a Christian background, you might have gone to confirmation services before, or if you come from a Jewish background, you might have been to a bar mitzvah service before. This is our UU kind of version of that, a coming of age celebration of our young people growing into their faith. And so you might be coming here for the first time today and be thinking, this is weird church, but it's great church. And it is such a blessing for us to hear from our young people. Some of the key things you're going to be hearing from them are these things called credo statements. And these credo statements are something they've been working on during youth group for the past year or so, thinking about what it is that they believe right now. Not that they have to believe these things forever, because in Unitarian Universalism, we know that as we're exposed to new things, as we learn new things, our faith changes, it shifts, just as we change and shift as we grow. And so our hope is that these credo statements are just one pathway that our young people are finding for right now, and that we get to join them as they continue to expand what it is that they believe, as they continue to grow within our faith. And so what I'm hoping you will do with me this morning is after our young people share their credo statement, they're going to receive a rose, which I'll tell you a little bit about that rose later on in the service. And then you will see in your order of service a response. And we just sang it just a moment ago. It's the second verse of the first opening hymn that we sang today. So we're going to sing to our young people that verse as they receive their flower, and then they go back to their seats. And so that's going to be our kind of flow of things this morning. And you will notice there are some things, those of you who are familiar with our church service, that are very familiar in our regular parts of our service, and other things that are new and different. And again, that's one of the beauties of our open pulpit, that we celebrate the ways that we create diverse and different worship services as our community needs. And so I welcome Soliana to share our first credo statement.
Okay. I love that Unitarianism is very accepting of all kinds of people, different religions, different styles and values. It makes me feel free to be myself. I believe that we should all be treated equally and with kindness, no matter our beliefs. The world needs more acceptance of diversity of people. In life, so far, I've seen people in places that are not accepting of different differences. That makes me want to celebrate differences even more. Whether it is myself or others, people should feel free and comfortable to be themselves. People should feel free. Sometimes people make assumptions about things based on how they look on the surface, or because it's different from what they're used to seeing. If people look deeper under the surface of things, they could often find truth and meaning.
So, for a while now, my favorite quote or like motto has been, "This too shall pass." And so, with the support I'm very, very lucky to have from family and from friends, I know that no matter what obstacles I face, I can make it through. I believe that everyone deserves the opportunity to grow from new experiences, insightful failures, and pursuing ambitions. And with that, I believe that everyone should be allowed to evolve and have people around them to guide and support them. I'm lucky enough to know firsthand the impacts this kind of environment can have. My parents have given me the ability to grow comfortably, and words cannot explain my gratitude. I am privileged to say this, and I believe that this is why I have been able to be proud of my accomplishments, grow from my setbacks, and be vulnerable and open through it all.
Tonight, I'm gonna have myself a real good time. I feel alive, and the world turn it inside out, yeah. Floating around in ecstasy, so don't stop me now. Don't stop me, 'cause having a good time, having a good time. I'm a shooting star leaping through the sky like a tiger, defying the laws of gravity. I'm a racing car passing by the Lady Godiva. I'm gonna go, go, go. There's no stopping me. I'm burning through the sky, yeah. 200 degrees, that's why they call me Mr. Fahrenheit. I'm traveling at the speed of light. I wanna make a supersonic man out of you. Don't stop me now. I'm having such a good time. I'm having a ball. Don't stop me now. If you wanna have a good time, just give me a call. Don't stop me now. Don't stop me now. I don't wanna stop at all. I'm a rocket ship on my way to Mars. I'm a collision course. I am a satellite. I'm at the end. Ready to whoa, explode. I'm burning through the sky, yeah. 200 degrees, that's why they call me Mr. Fahrenheit. I'm traveling at the speed of light. I wanna make a supersonic man out of you. Don't stop me, don't stop me, don't stop me, hey, hey, hey. Don't stop me, don't stop me, ooh, ooh, ooh. Don't stop me, have a good time, good time. Don't stop me, oh. Oh, burning through the sky, yeah. 200 degrees, that's why they call me Mr. Fahrenheit. I'm traveling at the speed of light. I wanna make a supersonic man out of you. Don't stop me now. I'm having such a good time. I'm having a ball. Don't stop me now. If you wanna have a good time, just give me a call. Don't stop me now. Don't stop me now. Don't stop at all. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da da da.
Hello. You may remember the youth group most from our time selling chocolate after service. Although the chocolate brought a sweet treat to the congregation, that wasn't the only purpose. Thanks to your purchasing of the chocolate, the money we made during our Pride Lemonade sale, and the collections for the September plate share, we were able to go on a trip to Boston to explore the home place of Unitarian Universalism. The trip took place from October 20th through 23rd and consisted of 5 youth members, Reverend Jason, and one of our group advisors, Greg. We flew in on Thursday night and tried to take the Boston's version of the CTA, the T, which had conveniently shut down upon our arrival, but was thankfully back up and running after a short wait. We eventually arrived at the Community Church of Boston, who kindly housed us during our stay. The church, fortunately, or rather unfortunately for Rev J and Greg, had mics and a piano for us to play and sing along with throughout the night. Nevertheless, we all inevitably fell asleep on our own individual piles of stacked pillows. On Friday, as we began each of our mornings in Boston, we went and got bagels for breakfast. Next, we took a short walk to the Arlington Street Church, where we were able to see the church's collection of beautifully Tiffany stained glass windows, play their lovely organ, and climb up to the bell tower to ring the bells for all of downtown Boston to hear. We then journeyed to King's Chapel, where we explored the church's main floor as well as their basement, which served as a crypt. We then made our way to Harvard University School of Divinity, where we got a student-led tour, wherein we were able to talk about the influence of Unitarian Universalism at Harvard and as Boston as a whole. Afterwards, Rev J brought us to one of his favorite restaurants, the Dumpling House, where we enjoyed eating amazing food on one of those cool tables that spin. On Saturday, we took the ferry to see Salem. Although the place was packed full of tourists, we were able to shove our way through the crowd and explore the Salem Witch Museum and learn about the danger of hysteria. We returned to Boston to visit the New England Aquarium, which besides having really cool sea life, had a large gift shop we enjoyed perusing. Afterwards, ironically, we had seafood dinner on the harbor and watched the beautiful colors fill the sky as the sun set. The next day, we attended the Community Church of Boston Sunday service about abolition. Jada, a member of the youth group, spoke about their beliefs on abolition. We also got to hear from a member of the community church who had been in prison and their experience and feelings about the prison system. After the service, the church supplied us with a wonderful home-cooked Salvadorian meal from their chef who cooks for them every Sunday. We then went to Quincy Market for some quick shopping before going on to the airport to fly home. I truly loved this trip. We had wonderful food, conversation, and experiences together as a youth group. Rev J acted as a wonderful tour guide, showing us places and telling us stories about his time living in Boston. This trip was a wonderful experience to learn about the history of Unitarian Universalism, but also acted as a chance to grow community and connection within the youth group. I will never soon forget the fear we felt after making the wonderful decision to see a scary movie late at night, or the joy we had joking and laughing while walking around a new city. The youth group trip to Boston is one I will cherish forever.
So much fun, and so fun to look at the pictures. Thank you, friends. So each year, we all make a commitment, a pledge to support the ministry of our church. And you might know that this is still wrapping up pledge season. So if you haven't made your pledge for next year, this is a great time to do so. And in addition to this pledge that we make each year, we take a collection on Sunday mornings so that we can share with those who are doing justice work well beyond our walls. You will find in your order of service and shortly on the screen a phone number in which you can use to text to give, and you can make your contributions that way, as we're not currently passing around a plate. For the month of May, we are sharing our plate with the Nicholas Lee Foundation, and this morning we have some words from Cassandra and Karen. Welcome.
Thanks. Good morning. My name is Karen Goldner. I'm a member of the congregation. I use she, her pronouns. And I am just here to introduce our guest, Cassandra Lee Greer, to talk about the work of the Nicholas Lee Foundation.
Hello, everybody. First, I want to give honor to God for allowing me to be here, and thank you all for having me in your space. My name is Cassandra Greer Lee. My husband was the third person to die after contracting COVID at the Cook County Jail. Guys, he died of pure negligence. I know that the pandemic was something that we didn't see coming, but Sheriff Tom Dark did nothing to prepare for this pandemic. He had no face mask, no sanitizing products. So within my fight to get justice for my husband, I began to see the negligence inside of other jails, and detainees began to reach out for me. First, let me tell you, I'm not one to say free them all, but I am one to say God has put us here to take care of each other. No one should lose their life while being incarcerated. So with that being said, gentlemen at the Stateville Correctional Facility began to reach out to me because they were sick. And as I did more research and asked for different companies and different like water testing agents to help me, when they went in, they found that Legionnaire's bacteria was in the water. And I'm like, I understand that these gentlemen may have did something wrong, but we just can't let them suffer. And through research, I began to see that more and more were having surgeries, stomach surgeries, because of different things that were happening due to the water. So I began to collect water, and through my fight for justice, I was able to be blessed to meet Karen and so many other people like you all that understand that, lives do matter no matter what situation these people are in. So, I'm not one to question God. I don't understand why God chose me for this fight and took the love of my life. I loved my husband since I was 17 years old, and I bring my grandchildren with me because I need them to see that it is people like you that care. And I want them to know that with God on our side, we're gonna win this battle. I don't know when, and I don't know why. Like I tell everybody, I don't know. I didn't know how to say goodbye to someone that I thought I was gonna spend forever with. But I know that with God on my side, I know that I'm going to get justice, and hopefully I can save other lives through this fight. So I thank you all for choosing the Nicholas Lee Foundation. It means the world to me, and I'm just forever grateful. Please continue to keep me in your prayers and keep the others that's detained in your prayers. And with God, I know we can't go wrong. Thank you so much.
Now I invite you all to join me in reading our offertory words. The words are printed in your order of service and are on the screen. This church is a community of ourselves. Its energy and resources are our energy and resources. Its wealth is what we share. As we contribute to the life of this community, we affirm it and enable its participation in the larger world around us. This offering will now be generously given and gratefully received.
Hi, my name is Elizabeth Harding, not Audrey Martin, unfortunately. I invite you now into the spirit of prayer and meditation. Let us start by breathing together Take a breath in and out. We begin in thanks, thankful for the breath in our lungs, the beauty of our earth, and the strength of this community. We hold in our hearts those who care for family in ill health, those who live with grief or chronic pain, those struggling with addiction or illness seen and unseen. We are with you. For parents and teachers and all those whose primary spiritual practice is caring for children, we are with you. We pray for our neighbors in prison, for those who are struggling to stay afloat in the midst of poverty. We are with you. We pray for all those living in harm's way. We pray for our planet and commit to work that will lead us away from the harms of climate change. We pray that wisdom, compassion, and empathy will guide the leaders of our world. May they and we be instruments of a just and lasting peace. Our lives are blessed by those who knowingly, with curiosity and courage, face their final days. Into this shared silence, I invite you now to speak the name of anyone you wish to lift up into the loving support of this community. The Harding family, my husband, Simon and Lucas. With our deepest compassion, let us hold in our hearts those named and unnamed, those remembered and those forgotten. Let it be so. Amen, and blessed be. During our ritual of lighting candles for our joys and concerns, we want to continue to maintain our safety with each other. In the 2U sanctuary, you are invited to come forward and light a candle. And up here in the loft, our new sanctuary. As you end your time of contemplation and candle lighting, we invite you to use the hand sanitizer available. For those at the Admiral, I invite you to come forward and to take a pebble from one bowl. Hold it tightly, putting your energy into the stone, and then knowing your joys and sorrows to be shared by this community, let it go lightly into the other bowl. For those of us on Zoom, join us by sharing your joys, concerns, sorrows, and struggles in our chat window, and I will light a candle here representing your celebrations and sorrows. Please come forward. struggles close to our hearts.
As people, we are complicated, a combination of different values, beliefs, and ideas. We often like to find our differences or the things that make us unique. But one thing that binds us all together is the ground on which we stand. As the sun rises, we all get up in the morning with different intentions for the day, going different ways as we pass by the same tree. Some may think we needed this rain, while others think, I don't want to get wet when a large cloud rolls into sight. However, it is the same sun, tree, and cloud that we all experience together. We all find solace in the world around us, whether that be a park, a garden, or the lake. I personally am reminded of the beauty of nature throughout the year when the leaves sprinkle down in autumn, and when the snow creates a white blanket on our streets, and when the flowers bloom on the trees in the spring. I believe that nature is a constant force anywhere I go that I can ground myself with. Even on my worst days, knowing that there is nature around me allows me to feel better. Some of my deepest and happiest memories have been in nature. I remember going sledding with friends for hours, or going on walks or hikes with family, or playing with the waves in the ocean, and I am filled with joy. I have seen how nature has allowed me to build community and bond with people I will forever cherish. I believe that we as people are connected with the world around us. We affect nature as much as nature affects ourselves. In the future, I hope to continue to feel the same deep respect and devotion to the world around me as I do now. I hope to continue to share my love for the things in my life that I find beautiful. I believe in nature. I believe in the world around me, maybe not all the people I meet or all the places I go, but I believe in the earth on which I stand. Thank you.
As someone who's interested in the way things work, I've never believed in a God. At the same time, I recognize that people have different experiences that can impact their view on the world. I don't mind if people believe in a God, and I don't take it personally if people's views don't align perfectly with mine. I'm always striving to treat other people with respect without the expectation of a reward. It doesn't take too much effort, and sometimes people don't understand the difference this can make until they're on the receiving end. We don't have unlimited time on this earth, so I believe we need to do our best to make every moment count. I've heard a lot of people talk about the meaning of life, or a reason for why we're here. The universe is billions of years old, so to me it seems like it would be only natural that living things would be created by chance eventually. In other words, I believe we don't have a defined purpose for existing. That means that purpose can be anything we want, and for me, that's making sure myself and others are happy.
I believe in the sun, even when it is not shining. I believe in love, even when I don't feel it. I believe in God, even when he is silent. The text of our anthem today was discovered written on the walls of the Cologne concentration camp after its liberation after World War II. I think it is a profound example of faith, even in the face of unspeakable horror. As we hear about the beliefs of our youth today, and perhaps as we reflect on our own, I hope we can draw on the strength of this anonymous Jewish poet. So please enjoy Mark Miller's I Believe.
There are two main things that bring me spirituality in the world. One of the things that brings fulfillment to my life is traveling. I love learning about the different cultures and trying new things, especially food. My favorite country I have ever visited is Iceland. This beautiful island is covered with moss, waterfalls, glaciers, mountains, and volcanoes. It was a magnificent sight everywhere I looked. This really made me appreciate the world and its beauty. I try to do that every day. I've learned to be grateful for all the things and experiences I'm fortunate to have. Another thing that is present in my life every day is music. I love listening to music as well as singing. It brings you into a new world, and I love discovering new songs that I adore. It makes me feel relaxed and calm, like a meditation or prayer. I feel that everything happens for a reason, and we should just let life take us with it, even through its ups and downs. One of my core beliefs is everyone should be treated equally because we are all human. We need to care for each other and respect one another. Through all of this, I don't think there is a specific God looking over us, but a sense of connection between everyone through love.
Each of you has shared your coming of age statement, and we are grateful you have shared your words of wisdom with us. Wisdom comes in many different ways in our human lives and in our faith tradition. When folks in both the Unitarian Universalist Association and the United Church of Christ wrote a sexuality education curriculum 20 years ago, they never dreamed that they would set a new standard for life-saving sexuality education. But they did. And over the last 20 years, Unitarian Universalist youth have been able to educate themselves and their peers about their bodies and their sexualities. Today, we recognize that several youth at Second Unitarian Church committed themselves to a program of education in addition to their regular Sunday school and have participated to the best of their ability and completed that program. We wish to extend our congratulations and mark their achievement by sharing these pins and gifts with them. We hope that Second Unitarian Church will continue its commitment to OWL and life-saving sexuality education in the future. Not all of our students were able to be present today, but I will read all of their names. And as you hear your name, please come forward and I will give you a pin, put it on you if you prefer, and Reverend Jason will hand you your certificate. KJ Beneman, Jada Beneman, Ren Paris, Soliana Levy, Benjamin Saderquist, Dahlia Keorkunian Rivers. She's not here, but would you like to come up, Usher? And help us out? Take her. Karina Paxton Filateo. All right. Is it okay if I pin it on your shirt? You're welcome. You may go back to your seats. Thank you for participating in OWL.
I love clapping at church. There's so much to clap about, so much joy to celebrate today. So we've heard from our young people, and their faith is shaped certainly by our church, but most of our young people's spirituality education comes from their families. And so I invite the parents of our young folks who shared their credo statements with us this morning to find in your order of service the parent response. And I invite you to read it I'll start it off and then you can keep it going. Dear ones, and you can see the completion of the coming of age program is not an end within our faith. It's the closing of a chapter, and a new chapter is right ahead of you. In our religious tradition, you are encouraged to choose your faith, and we want you to choose us as we choose you. Our doors are always open to you. The chairs in our sanctuary or loft always welcome you. As the music plays each Sunday morning, it is calling you into this community with us. Your voice and your vision makes us a stronger faith. There is a flower ritual that accompanies the baby dedication celebrations that we do. During this ritual, a rose is presented to the baby, and this rose is a little bit different though. All of the thorns have been removed. The rose is a symbol of the beauty the congregation is promising to share with the new baby. The thorns have been removed as a symbol of the commitment to keep this baby protected from the hurts of the world as best as we possibly can. This morning, as you complete your coming of age journey, we have presented each of you with a rose. This one is just as beautiful as the one you may have received as a baby. And we continue to promise to show you the beauty of the world. However, this time the thorns have not been removed. We can't protect you from the hurts of the world. We can't protect you from heartbreak, from injustice, from that which is scary. However, we know that you are brave because we have seen you be brave. We know you are loving because we have watched you be loving. We know you have strong values because we have watched you live into them. We've worked to prepare you to appreciate the great beauty of the world while navigating the thorns that inevitably will get in your way. And so to the members of the congregation, everybody gathered here, I ask, do you promise to continue sharing the beauty of our world with our youth and offer love and support when the thorns of life cause pain? If yes, please respond, we do. We do. Indeed, beloveds, we do. And so, Sophia, would you lead us in our closing hymn, please? You can rise in body or spirit.
a fountain. I've got joy like a fountain. I've got joy like a fountain. I've got joy like a fountain in my soul. I've got joy like a fountain. I've got joy like a fountain. I've got joy like a fountain in my soul. I've got love like the ocean. I've got love like the ocean. I've got love like an ocean. I've got love like an ocean in my soul. I've got love like an ocean. I've got love like an ocean. I've got love like an ocean in my soul. I've got pain like an arrow. I've got pain like an arrow. I've got pain like an arrow. I've got pain like an arrow in my soul. I've got pain like an arrow. I've got pain like an arrow. I've got pain like an arrow in my soul. I've got tears like the raindrops. I've got tears like the raindrops. I've got tears like the raindrops. I've got tears like the raindrops in my soul. I've got tears like the raindrops. I've got tears like the raindrops. I've got tears like the raindrops in my soul. I've got strength like a mountain. I've got strength like a mountain. I've got strength like a mountain. I've got strength like a mountain in my soul. I've got strength like a mountain. I've got strength like a mountain. I've got strength like a mountain in my soul.
So for our benediction, we used to have these words written on the side of our wall in the youth room, but after some recent painting, they've been covered up, but they're still used as our kind of farewell at the end of every youth group service. So we now make way in our journey, taking love and strength from within. We gather wisdom, knowledge to share when next we begin. We need each other, our friends and our guides. Merry meet, merry part, and merry meet again. Peace, shalom, and blessed be.